Okay, so you probably think that police need a warrant to see what's happening inside your home. But what if I told you they could track your every move right through your walls using nothing more than the Wi-Fi signal you're probably using right now to watch this? Yeah, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but I promise you it is not. Let's break down exactly how this is even possible.
So can they do it? The short and kind of terrifying answer is yeah. Using this new technology, law enforcement could potentially learn if you're home, where you are in your house, and literally watch you move from room to room. It's a shocking new capability, and right now it exists in this huge legal gray area that most of us don't even know is a thing.
So how in the world is this happening? Well, it's a technology called Wi-Fi sensing. And let's be super clear here. This isn't about police hacking your internet to see your browsing history. Nope, this is about them using the radio waves your router is already pumping out to physically map movement inside your private space.
All right, so to figure out how to protect yourself, we first have to get into the nitty-gritty of how this tech actually works. And it turns out, your router has this secret skill that most of us have absolutely no clue about.
The best way to wrap your head around this is to think of a bat using sonar. Your router is constantly flooding your entire home with radio signals. These invisible waves are passing through walls, furniture, and, well, you. And every single time you move, every time you shift your weight, walk across the room, or even just breathe, you cause a tiny disturbance in that field of signals.
For years, engineers just treated these little signal changes as background noise, right? Something to filter out to make sure your Netflix stream is more stable. But now, companies have realized that this so-called noise is actually incredibly detailed data about the physical world around the router. So what was once used to optimize a connection is now being used to sense an environment.
And it is honestly stunning just how much this data can reveal. We are not talking about a simple motion detector here. This technology can track your movements between rooms, learn your daily routines, like when you get out of bed, and can even identify who is in the room.
And that brings us to the most powerful and, frankly, kind of creepy part: biometric identification. Researchers have shown that the unique way you walk, your posture, even the rhythm of your movements, it all creates what they call a behavioral fingerprint. Think about it. You can change a password, but you can't change how you walk. You can't just turn off your posture. This lets surveillance go from knowing someone is home to knowing exactly who is home and what they are doing.
So this is where things get really, really complicated from a legal perspective. All of this powerful surveillance technology is developing much, much faster than our laws can keep up, and that creates a pretty dangerous gray area.
I mean, the Fourth Amendment establishes a core principle of American law. Your home is your castle. It is the one place where you have the absolute highest expectation of privacy. Police are supposed to need a valid warrant before they can search inside. Full stop. And the Supreme Court has backed this up before. In the Kylo case, they ruled that using a thermal imager to see inside a home was an unconstitutional search. In Carpenter, they said police needed a warrant to get historical location data from cell phone companies. So there is clear legal precedent here for limiting high-tech surveillance of private spaces.
But, and this is a big but, here's the loophole. It takes years for a case about a new technology like Wi-Fi sensing to make its way all the way to the Supreme Court. And in that time, law enforcement can use these tools in that legal gray area, gathering data before judges have even had a chance to say they can't. By the time a ruling is finally made, the damage might have already been done.
And they have this powerful argument that they love to use: the Third-Party Doctrine. This legal theory says that if you voluntarily give your data to a third party, like your internet service provider who owns the router or the company that analyzes the motion data, then you no longer have a reasonable expectation of privacy. So police can then just ask the company for your data, or even buy it, completely bypassing the whole warrant process. So, while the courts are slowly trying to catch up, what can you do about it right now to protect yourself? Well, the good news is you're not helpless. There are concrete steps you can take to secure your network and take back your privacy. Okay, let's get practical. Here are 4 key steps. First, and this is the most important one, log into your router's admin settings and look for anything related to motion or presence detection and turn it off. Second, disable any data sharing, analytics, or performance reporting that sends information back to the manufacturer. Third, if you can, buy your own router instead of using the one from your internet provider. It just gives you so much more control. And finally, be conscious of how many smart devices you have, because each one can contribute to a larger behavioral profile.
To make this even easier, here is a practical checklist. When you're in your router settings, these are some of the exact phrases you should be looking for. Names like Wi-Fi motion, home awareness, or smart monitoring are common marketing terms for these exact features. Find them and disable them.
Look, the bottom line is you don't have to just sit around and wait for a court decision to protect yourself. By taking these steps, you can seriously reduce the amount of data that's leaving your home. Your router is the gateway, and securing it is your absolute best first line of defense.
If this explainer helped you understand this really complex issue, please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives like this one. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Is this technology a useful convenience, or is it a dangerous overreach? Let me know.
So you've taken these steps to secure the inside of your home, which really just raises an even bigger question. In our digital world, our data trail extends far, far beyond our front door. So what about all the other ways we're being tracked? Well, we'll be exploring that very soon. Thanks for watching.